If you activate this card, you can win the duel, provided that it's locals on Thursday at 8 p.m. It's round 3. You've lost the second round, but you won the first round. You're in game 3 against Sky Striker. They've sided in Denko. You've decided to side in Valor. If you draw this card, you can flip it on the 4th standby phase after the beginning of the duel. Then you win the duel. It's like, yeah, that's a pretty powerful effect, but... What? I am never gonna be able to fulfill any of those conditions. That's Stardust Mirage in a nutshell. Sync audio. Sync audio. There's a new set. It's YCS today. And to tell you the truth, I don't know what to do for this video. So, we're just gonna watch some funny things and look at memes. That's actually what the content's devalued to. In other news, I guess I'll just throw a prediction out there. And weirdly enough, I'm going to say this might be big if true. Sky Striker's gonna win YCS Chicago. Shocking that one, huh? Let's begin with Rook's video here called The Other Structure Deck. So remember that point in time where Maxi was still in the game and it was getting a reprint? Well, reminds me a lot about How To Basic. It's like a Yu-Gi-Oh! How To Basic video. Oh wow, I pulled a Maxi. Cyber Knight, are you watching? Are you watching Cyber Knight? Oh boy. What, are you gonna play Ancient Gears or something? I tried to have a look around and I could not find more than like, I think one top of Ancient Gear ever. I think I found like a regional top and like, that's it. If you guys know otherwise, let me know. Can you please support me on Patreon? Next video, I promise I'll put all your names at the end of the video. I swear, I promise. Make sure to smash that motherfucking like button. I'm sorry. I don't know, Team Samurai does it. I believe in a rock hard defense and the heart of the cards. This picture just makes me angry. I think that's probably the best word to summarize my feelings right now. I'm really angry right now. I can't believe that this is a real image, and it just upsets me that this is a picture. Look at his hair. What is that? What is that? Konami is calling for another crusade by Nerd Factor.
Hey son, I wanted to talk to you. I know religion's important.
Religion
all,
is a very important, son.
I think you might be taking it a...
He's playing Crusadia. Do you get it? Crusadia. I feel like that's probably a good representation of a standard Crusadia line of thinking. Before you've, comboed off. I suppose I should probably insert some kind of a serious discussion of serious discussion in my videos. But we've got Fantastical Dragon Phantasme, a level 7 Dark Dragon. This one just dropped from Savage Strike. And upon first reading this, I thought it was, I didn't think it was that great, but the more I think about it, I think this card's pretty nice. So the effect, first and foremost, if your opponent special Link Monster except during the damage step, you can special this from your hand and then draw cards equal to the number of Link Monsters your opponent controls plus 1. And then you can shuffle cards from your hand into deck equal to the number of Links they control. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a monster you control, you can discard a card and negate the activation and destroy it. So, upon thinking about this deck, this card, my initial thoughts on this was like, okay, cool. It's a body on the field during your opponent's turn. It kind of acts as a pseudo maxi in a sense that your opponent starts special summoning, and then like once they reach a certain point, maybe on the second Link monster or something, you're gonna drop this guy, and then you're gonna draw 2 cards plus 1, which is, it's 3 new cards you're seeing in your from your deck, mulliganing 2 away. It's not a card that your opponent just summons a Link monster and you just. It does promote some kind of decision making, and you kind of have to think to yourself, do I hold this for the second Link monster, maybe in the third Link monster, so I can draw multiple cards and mulligan stuff away, Or do I want to draw cards early enough that I can maybe dig for a hand trap, but not let them combo off too far to the point that they already have so much on board that anything I do draw is probably not going to be relevant? Can you just play it against any deck that summons a Link monster and then just get a draw from it? Is it worth playing against just any deck that has a Link monster because it is literally a +1? Maybe I can imagine this being main decked, or is it maybe sort of for those kind of Goki-esque style Link spam decks, which I don't really think we have much around anymore since the ban list. But Dangers are definitely kind of deck that would probably not like to see this card dropped against them, because, you know, Danger, I would say for most part is like kind of a Link spam deck. Can't really think of much else really that dropped in Savage Strike that I thought was very relevant. Borrowload Savage Dragon is obviously very cool, but I don't think a lot of decks can really utilize it at the moment other than the, what's that deck called again?
I jokingly made a video. I jokingly.
Checkmate.
Is that Daniel? I think
And
it's
so
Daniel.
the darkness beats the light, just like in the prophecy.
Now it's my turn.
Wait, what are you doing? I checkmated you, mate.
I still have 100 life points.
We are not playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Why the Indian
I
accent?
activate Monster Reborn to bring back one of my chess
Why
pieces.
Indian
I can't
accent?
seem to find this move in the rule book.
And then I sacrifice my 2 chess pieces to summon my ultimate monster. Come forth, Blue Eyes White Dragon. Blue Eyes White Dragon, White Lightning, attack. I am winner.
Understandable.
No comment. When an archetype has its most powerful cards unbanned and it starts getting traction again in the competitive scene. This is probably a very, very good analogy for Infernity, and that deck got 3 barrier back. But as I've said, I think I've already mentioned in the video before, that doesn't make a difference because, you know, the deck needs ways to summon Archfiend more consistently, not make bigger and stronger end boards, because the deck can make very big and strong end boards, but it needs like 3 very specific cards and stuff. Thank you, Chaos Giant Memes. Please make sure you like them on Facebook because, to tell you the truth, I haven't made any memes like in the last few days. I've been very busy. So, there you go. Yeah, very good meme. That's a solid 5 out of 7. Eradicator, sure, just fuel my grave up with spells. I don't think this is how I would be really looking at this as a Sky Striker player. I do like that this is a very sort of glass half full approach to getting, you know, the most important spell type in your entire deck just destroyed and sent to the graveyard. Fair enough. To be fair, I did actually try and resolve this against Sky Strikers, and needless to say, I won the duel very convincingly. Weird, I know. But, you know, if your opponent is, you know, has a Ray and then they can go into Kagari or something and then bring back the Engage that they discarded, sometimes it actually can be a little bit scary. Dark Sacrifice. So this is a normal trap, and when your opponent activates a card effect that would destroy cards in the field, negate that effect, and you can send a level 3 or lower Dark Monster from your deck to the graveyard. The thing that this reminds me of immediately is like Starlight Road. Nobody plays Starlight Road. Nobody plays Huge Revolution is Over. So they're not going to play this. That's what I'm going to tell you. Most cards in the game are just retrains of better cards that you're never going to play, right? So if you're going to play Raigeki, right? Raigeki is just probably the most powerful card of its genre per se. It's a board wipe that deals with your opponent's monsters, you know? So Raigeki is just an objectively stronger, all-round, better card than Dark Hole, because it's one-sided. You know, obviously you can say there's examples where Dark Hole is better because you can destroy your own monsters if you're playing like Yang Zing or something. There will be niche scenarios where sometimes that card is better than, you know, the other, but for the most part, everyone can agree that Raigeki is just a better Dark Hole, and Dark Hole is just boneless Raigeki. And then further than that, you have a card like Lightning Vortex, which is a boneless Dark Hole, which is a boneless Raigeki. When you just look at cards in a vacuum, most cards are just retrains of better ones. And then you go further than that, and you have like Smashing Ground, which is like Raigeki, but only for one monster, and it has like a defense requirement, right? So that's like the problem with like literally most of the card pool in this game. It's just power crept versions of each other within a certain kind of genre, like destroying cards, protecting cards, etc., etc. So I feel like Dark Sacrifice here is like a more specific version of Huge Revolution, of Starlight Road and stuff like that, because it protects cards from being destroyed. Would you really play this over like Huge Revolution, if you even wanted to play Huge Revolution to begin with, if you even wanted to play Starlight Road to begin with? I don't think this card is super great, but and it suffers from some of the issues that I just described. I'm going to play this card. Solemn Judgment. No. No. Thank you for watching. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Keep spending most our lives